I started work there in 1981, and I was residential. It was my home was the flat, which is just the other side of the kitchens, and my duties were primarily site maintenance, and I used to sort of repair or glaze windows. There was lots of broken windows because kids used to kick a football through the window, and I used to have to brush up the glass, obviously, and then replace it. So I got quite good at glass cutting and glazing. But you couldn't really work there without being involved in the groups in some way or other. And one of my duties was to keep the tuck shop. And they used to knock on the door of the flat at some awkward hours, probably when I was watching Coronation Street or something like that. And they used to say, "Can you open up the tuck shop?" And the tuck shop is in the games hall. And so the kids wanted a bit of refreshments if they're playing table tennis or pool or snooker or playing video games. And there was always a bit of a nuisance having to open the tuck shop. Whenever I opened the flap, the kids always cheered, and that made it slightly worthwhile. It's always one of my happy memories, that. And I met my wife there, and my daughter was born there. The address on her birth certificate is the Boys Clubs Wales Sports and Holiday Centre, and there's not many people who can say that. Groups that used to use the site, yeah. The Carmarthen Red Cross used to use the site quite a lot. And they used to have disabled guests, and they used to bring cadets along to help with disabled guests. And the leader, Megan Griffiths, was, I'm not saying she was very strict, but she did require standards, and she wouldn't approve of alcohol. But what the staff did, they put a room aside for what they called the surgery, and of course everyone would think that is some sort of medical procedure or medical room, which is actually where we retired in the evening, have a few bottles of beer and a little chat about the day's events. And that was nice to share that with the customers. I saw a few managers come and go, but I remained the assistant. The chef was Ken, and he was a very good chef. And when you got to know him, he was a very nice bloke, really, and a very nice man. But he did have a very volatile temper. If things went wrong, he used to shout a lot and curse the serving girls. And if anything went wrong, he knew about it, but he was a good cook, and the kids had some good meals there. The swimming pool, I used to maintain the swimming pool. I used to have to test the acidity and the chlorine level in the water. And in my spare time, of course, I could use the pool any time I wanted to. And quite often, if there's a group that's using the pool, I would pretend to dip my toe in and say, and back off, think it's a little bit cold, and that was the excuse for the kids to just grab hold of my arms and then chuck me in the water. And I knew it was cold, but it was just good to have a bit of fun with the kids, as well as, of course, being involved in the John Gym. There was a group from Coventry of disadvantaged kids who used the sites. Their leader was John Eardley, and they used maximum use of the sites, and they used the gym for football, five-a-side, uni-hoc. They used to use the swimming pool. They used to use the tennis courts and the football pitch, and they used to play rounders on the football pitch. And in the evening, there was a disco in the Fraser Hall every evening. And the kids were active at all times of the day. And of course, it was used. The Fraser Hall was used as a rehearsal room for the orchestras and the choirs. They used to have like different sections using different parts. Used to use the games room for one part of the orchestra or choir, the Fraser Hall for another part, and a seminar room or conference room for another part of the orchestra and choir. And then they put it all together, and they used to assemble in the gym, and they used to play the whole thing together in the gym. And that was wonderful, really, to hear. And that, more often than not, it led to a concert, probably in Cardiff or something like that. And Jim, the manager, towards the latter end of his life, always used to go to the concerts put on by the choirs and the orchestras. When I first started there, the office block was used as an office, and then we had, as a donation, some porter cabin style buildings put in the car park. And the office moved from there to the porter style cabins, and that was the new office. And the old office became a self-catering block for people who wanted self-catering facilities.